Alright, let's see if we can get up this bluff and get out of here. Or if I've gotten myself pinched in. Easy peasy. Woo! What's up, everybody? Got a little something different for you today. Had some free time on my hands and thought I would bring the old four-wheeler down here to my parents' property. Check out some of our old trails, what's left of them. And immediately right off the gate, this tree's down blocking what used to be the trail. So hopefully we'll be able to make it all the way down here. As you can see, it has not been ridden in a long time. Once every few years I might, if I've got a utility four-wheeler or something, I might ride down here. But I don't know that that really counts as riding the trails. Well, I may have a little fun getting back past this. It probably won't show up on camera, but that's pretty steep hill, which that stuff's so rotten it just flattened out when I went over it. Getting back up right here might be a little fun because I won't have a runway. Try not to get stuck by any of these big briars. See, anyway, when we were kids, probably from the time I was around 7 or so, me and cousins, friends, we would all ride back here, and we had a pretty good little trail system cut. Had trails pretty much all over the entire property. Not a very big property, so and I wouldn't say we had miles of trails or nothing, but we made do with what we had. We pretty much had trails all over it. Used to pull down towards the creek right here, but we ain't had any big rains in a long time to kind of wash all this, because this right here is just gravel. It's just a gravel bed, but it's been so long since the water's gotten up and washed it away that trees and stuff are growing in it. But this creek has been as high as this bluff up here before multiple times, so you get a rain like that every few years and it washes everything growing down between the banks, pretty much washes it out. It looks like this will be about as far as we go this way. The property goes a couple hundred more yards maybe, but it's giant trees blocking it, along with briars and other undergrowth. But I'm hoping to be able to hop down in the creek at some point. There's a couple other spots that we used to do that. You used to be able to ride, just stay up here on this little plateau and ride all the way, but I'm fairly confident that's not going to be doable. But there's another way to get around, or at least I think there's another way. We used to be able to climb up right there back in the day, but that's more of a dirt bike hill than it is a two-wheel drive utility four-wheeler hill. Maybe if I move the stuff at the top, maybe. Used to be able to climb up right there as well. Can't ride this on around to the creek. It gets very deep and very muddy. Last time I came back here, I was on a 220 Bayou. It wasn't nearly as wide as this 420 Rancher. It was a little easier to zigzag through some of this mess. Huh. We ain't dropping down right there. I'm wanting to get right over there. I may be able to find another way to sneak without just bashing through all that junk. Hopefully we won't get a flat. This thing still rolls on stock like 4-ply tires, and these are some pretty big briars. Let's see what was stopping me now. Yeah. Here's what we want. Might want to look at it before I just go barreling off down through there. I think we'll be alright. Ain't gonna lie, it's a little steeper than I was anticipating. We used to come off and drop in right here, which is not terribly deep or anything. And then that little stream where I said we can't go because it empties out into mud, you can see it's almost like blocked off, and it's just like decaying crap. So it just turns into like a mud bog right there. I don't know what that is. Coyote kill. About the size of a coyote, dog, something. There's a way to get up onto this portion of the plateau and ride along. I can do it back there. I'm hoping when I get down here I can come up on it and ride it back. We'll see. We used to cross right through here on dirt bikes, but I'm not entirely certain. It's pretty deep in spots. Really deep right here. Looks pretty shallow out through this way, but it's also like big rock. If I can get across, I'll be fine. Coming back across is no problem because you got the current kind of helping push you. So anyway, this is where me and all my buddies and cousins and everybody grew up riding four-wheelers, dirt bikes. And it was constantly changing and evolving as we'd get heavy rains and stuff. At one point in time, this was pretty much all dry pea gravel. Like, it'd just be like spots of water here and there. I remember for a little while, it was the first time I ever skimmed a dirt bike. I had a CR80, and you could get coming from up here and get up to like 4th, 5th gear on that thing, and just go splashing off through and actually skim across, 5 or 6 inch deep spot. It's actually flip-flopped from when I was a kid. When I was a kid, that side was pretty much dry. Now this side's dry. And we had a bunch of gravel up against the bank, up out of the water. And we had a bunch of little spots you could hill climb. Here's an old spot. Used to climb up. 1 or 2 spots you used to be able to ramp off and land down here on chert and gravel. This would never change too much because of the solid rock bottom. You'd have gravel wash down it, but if I could get on top of that mud, well, there's a deep hole. We're back to where we started, just made a big circle. I don't think continuing from this direction. I may be able to make it. I don't have a lot of experience creek riding this particular four-wheeler to know just how deep I can go before I run into issues. I think we could follow this ridge. It's deep on both sides, but it is going to get a little deeper. All right, let's see if I can get this thing back up the bank, and then we might call it quits right there. Like I said, we had a few more trails cut, and you could ride all along the top of this plateau, but this is pretty much the gist of where I grew up learning how to ride. And we got fields, terraces, and then all my buddies pretty much similar setup. You know, parents have, 20-ish plus acres of land, and similar thing, we'd cut trails through through everybody's cow fields and pastures and woods. Piece of cake. Alright, I'm gonna call it right here, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Let me know if you like the four-wheeler content. It's the first time I've put a little four-wheeler vlog out, so let me know what you think. There we go. Almost got terrace to terrace.